Joe, thanks for joining us. What concerns you most about that loss?
I think more than anything, it's more that what we can take from it. I think that's how we've got to look at it. I think that you can have bad sessions on occasion with the ball, but you can't have a session like that with the bat. And then that's where the game's really cost us. Of course, we could have been better in other areas as well. And throughout the game, New Zealand definitely outplayed us. But I think more than anything is managing those situations, those scenarios. If we do lose a couple of quick wickets, how are we going to get through to a break, or how are we going to just manage a little bit of pressure for a 10-over period, calm things down again, and batting looks a completely different place. So I think more than anything, rather than looking too technically, I think mentally we've just got to make sure that we're very resilient and we manage passages of play better. How
do you talk to your players about that then? How do you talk to guys who are struggling a little bit with that?
I think more than anything it's the learnings that you can do from watching the opposition, from your own experience as well when you've got it right in the past, recalling upon that and using the experience within the dressing room, using the experience of the coaches around you, and trying to make sure that when you find yourself in that situation again, you don't make the same mistakes, and you've got a real clear method of how you're going to manage those difficult scenarios.
You had 5 games of county cricket at the start of the season. Is that great preparation for Test match cricket? Is the standard good enough to lift these guys to the next level?
You can look at anything and you look for excuses in anything. The fact of the matter is New Zealand have outplayed us. As I mentioned, they've played some really good cricket and we've not matched that. And that's the disappointing thing, is that we know that we're a better side than this. And the fact is we've all come in with game time under our belt. We've had bowlers have had overs in the legs, and batters have had that time out there in the middle, and you can never replicate that. It doesn't matter how many nets you have or how much practice you have. But when you come into Test match environment, you've still got to manage the different challenges that presents, and I think that's one thing that we could have managed better this week.
Any regrets looking back to Lords about not being a little more aggressive on that last day?
No, I don't look back at that and see that any differently. Honestly, having batted on that surface, it felt like it was a real challenge to go and score at 7, 8 and over for a good period of time. As I mentioned, if they bowled spin at one end for the rest of the game, then we'd have definitely had a dip at it, but that wasn't going to be the case, and you could really shut the ball down on that wicket. With how slow it was, a bit of an uneven bounce, it was always going to be a little bit too much. We needed a little bit more time if we're going to do that.
A diet of white ball cricket now, I guess, some 2020, some county stuff to go back to. Is that a good opportunity for guys to just release the shackles a little bit and play some shots and get back to what they do well?
Yeah, and free the mind, look at the game in a slightly different context, and as I say, it can liberate you sometimes. For guys that might not have got the runs they would have liked or have got the rhythm that they would have liked, it's a chance for them to go back into a different format and find that and have that clarity of thought and understanding of the game, how they score the runs regardless of the format. You can never beat wickets and runs and feeling that confidence going into any big series. So whatever the format, it's really important that we take those opportunities, and when we come back out to play Test cricket later in the year, we're ready for those challenges again.
Some fans will go home a little disappointed, I know, but how good to have them back.
It's been amazing. The support that we get everywhere around the world, but in England at this ground in particular is fantastic. We're so blessed to have so many some brilliant fans, brilliant supporters that come out and give their all for us. We do feel like we've got 12 men on the field on occasions, and the players have been so grateful for that this week, and it's disappointing that we've not given them a result that they desire.
Hard luck, Joe. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, thanks, Dylan. Thank you.